Hey, so what's up everybody? This is Git Technique, and today you'll be prepared for a picking class utilizing a pick. We're gonna do only down picking or only up picking and alternate picking, right? And before, if you trust the class is gonna be very cool and useful, leave the like. You can take it out later, but give me the hope at the beginning and subscribe to be tuned with more videos, very important ones for guitar. I'll be giving lots of basic videos, but also more complicated ones on techniques, but also theory. And well, let's start. Before I forget, you might be interested in other two videos that are linked to this one. As soon as you learn the picking, you're probably set for doing melodic patterns, which is basically the way you play notes and scales with different patterns so that you make it more interesting. Other than that, you also have a more complicated class if you're interested in more advanced stuff. I'll also have the first two videos of the channel. I guess I'll recommend the second one, but check in the links on the cards, where I talk about the most used chord progression, the chord sequence, but then I do it in an arpeggio way. In the arpeggio, you're gonna need to use alternate picking and also sweep picking, which is more advanced. So if you're interested, those videos will be right here if you want to go now. If you want to see that later, on the cards, on the description. And let's start. So I'm here with picking. You're gonna need a pick for this class. It's essential. So what are we doing today with the picking? I'll show you only down picking. Same idea, but up picking, upwards. And then the second type of picking, which is alternate picking, which is more useful and it's also faster, which is. But then you don't want to only practice that isolate in one string without even using what you do, which is the different frets, in different notes and scales, because that's gonna complicate a little bit more how you hit the strings. But to start, I'll need to guide you to the first understanding of what it is only hitting the sixth string to start. That's the most basic way of doing it. So you want to not even press the frets of the guitar, the electric guitar, acoustic guitar, and you're only going to use the right hand, and I'll even put it closer to you just so you can see it better. You're going to start with the down picking. We can do up picking too, but that's the same idea. It's unidirectional picking, let's say, unidirectional, and you basically grab the pick. If you're not used to, usually people grab the pick only with those the pinky, I guess is the name, the pinky finger and the index finger. But even when I'm writing, sometimes I utilize those two fingers together with the pinky. You can do it whatever you want, but it's pretty intuitive to grab the pick, and you just hit downwards, right? But you want to hit closer to the tip of the pick, essentially. And you can choose a rhythm, let's say, I don't know, 100 BPM. It might be something like, I don't know, maybe something like this. Just get used to hitting the string correctly, because if you hit it wrong, it doesn't sound good at all. If you're gonna do a power chord, for instance, you can do it like this, which doesn't have, let's say, brightness, or you can hit it differently, like with the tip of the pick, with a tack, then it even feels like it has a drive. Maybe only the two thickest strings. Depending on how you hit it, it differs. So you want to learn how to hit it consistently with rhythm. Put in the metronome and just go. Now up picking. Make sure you don't hit the lower string, only the sixth string. And that's it. The alternate picking is basically just going back and forth, and you can mess it up because you can't mess it up because you're gonna do scales, and it's gonna get tricky, you know, to do the alternate picking while skipping from one chord, one string to another, you know. So that's the alternate picking. It's pretty straightforward, right? You just need to practice it with only one string, and then you're gonna practice on scales. And you need to learn how to hit it in a way that, you know, you hit the string downwards, then it slides to allow you to come back. You can't get stuck on the down picking and you know, lose the momentum. You have to hit it, but in a sliding way, so that you can go back and forth without, you know, because one hard application of this, for instance, that you really need to have the way of the grabbing correct is, for instance, the House of the Rising Sun. I guess that's the song of the Beatles. But it's not the Beatles, it's the Animals, right? It's a song. Look how precise the picking is. See how you can't get stuck in one string. You have to keep the rhythm of sliding downwards and then coming backwards, you know. So practice that the simplest way. It's impossible to mess it up. Start with the sixth string. Then we go to the funnier part. So the more interesting part and trickier one, I don't want to over-exercise your left hand, which is the one that you go on the frets, because that's not the you know, intention. But you need to learn at least the basics of how to alternate picking, to alternate pick with the change between strings and notes in the same, you know. So let's start with the 4 fingers of your left hand, and you start at the 6th string and only the string, and then you just play the first note, which is at the 1st fret, 6th string, with the index finger. That's the position, basically, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, all of them on the thickest string. And then here we go, just play the first note down picking, then the second also down picking, third, and the fourth. And you only play it in this order, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to difficultate your life, you know, making you go back and forth, because that's more left hand practice. Okay, just go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it sounds like. And as soon as you get more advanced in it, you can strike faster only down picking, which depending on how fast you go, like, I don't know, toxicity of a system up or down with the different tuning and with the different, you know, an actual power chord, but I can't do it if it's not tuned correctly. So it goes something like only on the 6th string, right? So that's alternate picking, you know, it's alternate, but same idea. At some point you need to get fast, only on the down picking. So start with the 1, 2, 3, 4 sequence. Make sure when you're hitting the strings, you're not too stiff with your right arm, because otherwise it's gonna get you slower and probably cause some pain if you play for too long, you know. So get a nice flow of hitting with the hand movement, with the, you know, elbow movement, and that's all basically. Not much arm movement as a whole, but you know, make sure you have some flexibility on the movement. Something like this, you know, more fluid. More with the hand, most likely, because it's a minute movement. Okay, now we can do it faster because it's the same idea, up striking. And alternate. Much faster, right? Because so long as your fingers of the left hand can go faster, the right hand is, well, it's well set, right? Because it's alternate. so it's probably twice the speed. Now we can go up and down all the strings, and there's multiple combinations you can do. So let's start with down picking, doing the 1, 2, 3, 4 sequence, where you do it on the 6th string, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. Okay, then you can come back, but we're gonna get there. Okay, only going downwards, down picking. Then hit the 5th string now, then the 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. Then you can come back. With the down picking, it's easier to skip the strings because you're already in a same direction motion, right? Up striking, let's say, it's the same, except that it's weird to go down on the left hand but up on the picking, right? But you can do it. Now when you come back, that's makes much more sense. The alternate picking is much faster, but it's tricky. That's the one that I want to focus on the most. I think I'm gonna finish on that one. That's gonna be your main exercise of the day. Usually we start down picking on the alternate, so you first go down and then up. And let's do this. We start with the index finger on the 1st fret. Do it downwards first of all, and then up, down, up. So you did up, right, on the 4th string, 6th string, 4th fret, right? Because the strike was upwards, the last one, you're already up, right? So it's easier to just attack with more power downwards, right? You're in a good position, and that's the way you're gonna start striking the next string, which is the 5th string. You're gonna strike the 5th string on the 1st fret, right? And you're gonna, come in downwards, right? So it becomes, if I start from the beginning, right? The 6th string, down, up, and then down. So see the passage here, right? And then you're repeating the same thing because you started downwards on the new string, which is the 5th one now, the 1st fret, and then you do it all over again. The first one is downwards already, you already did it, then up, down, up, next string is already down. Right? And then if you want to come back, again, all sorts of combinations. You can start coming back, striking first upwards or downwards. It makes more sense to strike upwards, so let's strike upwards, right? 1st string, 1st fret, start upwards, and then down, up, down, and then if you have striked up, right? Or was it? Well, it was down actually. It's easier for you to go from down to up, so now it's up basically on the 2nd string, 1st fret. So the transition becomes down, up, down, up. Then repeat it. It's always the first one up and then down, up, down, and then up on the new string. So I hope it was useful for you to start playing different songs. I can't play songs here because of copyright. Also because you're interested in the technique. I don't think you're interested in learning specific songs, right? But I hope it helps you, progress to something more interesting, like the song that I showed, on that you basically do an arpeggio of the chords, but then with a slide picking. And that's the concept, you need to know how to transition between one string to the other. And just wrap it up, let me play again the rising sun, but now notice how I'm sliding the pick, that I'm adjusting the strength of it, and leaving a nice flow between down picking and up picking by using chords, I hope this was useful. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you can rewatch it many times, because I know you need to always pause the video, watch it in 0.5 or 0.25. That's what I always do when I do tabs, YouTube tabs. And I hope on the next video you're here. Don't forget about the like again, subscribe, and stay tuned, because the next videos will be as useful as this one.